people of the Shralp. Welcome back to Shralp Stories. There's been a lot of talk, and everyone keeps asking me about quads. And honestly, I don't know why I haven't done it yet, but I have some info on quads, why they work, why they don't, when they work best, and yeah, I really like quads, so it's kind of funny that I never did a video. And I've actually gotten rid of pretty much all of my quads. The last one that I have is a board that Timmy, fun fact actually, Timmy cut this thing and the machine messed up. So he cut the tail off of it, reshaped it down, and made this little devil. So I'll give you a little more backstory on that after the Shralp, but for now, let's go for a rip, and I'll kind of walk you guys through how quads work. Let's get it. We on?
Yeah.
So, Shralp was fun. It was pretty wild, honestly, and I ended up paddling up and down the entire beach to try to find a wave. But got a couple, and I had some fun. A bunch of the homies were out there, like Remy and Josh and Tanner and Gino for a little bit. Saw Harrison. It was sick. But let's get to the topic. Forefins. Uh, Forefins are sick. They're more drivey. They're faster, and if the fins are marked in the correct place, they can act more like a extra drivey twin fin in a sense. Like there's two different kinds of quads. You can have a narrower set where it feels a little bit more like a thruster, or a wider trailing fin set and it'll feel a little bit more like a twin fin, just with a lot more hold, a lot more drive, but also can sometimes be a bit more tracky. So I really like my quads for barrels, like long stretched out fast barrels, or if I just want to go play around at like a point break like church or lowers or something like that. Quads can do a lot of great things. I was actually running out this morning and Tanner saw my board and he was all psyched on it. So let's have him come in here. He likes quads a lot. So I want to pick his brain a little bit on why. So it's Tanner Sack, jumps out of planes for a living, sponsored by Racetrack. And what do you like about forefins? What makes you happy?
What I really like about the quad is how they draw a long line. You can put it on the rail and it'll sit on the rail. It'll draw a nice long line. I think for most people of my skill level, we're not surfing crazy vertically in the pocket. A lot of times you're surfing more out on the open face, and the quad just lets you drive and have speed through that whole turn. And that's kind of like the amount of speed and projection that you get down the line with a four fin. It's kind of hard to beat.
It's pretty nice. It's like all the positives of a twin fin with like much more hold.
Yeah, like you can just keep pushing against them, especially once it starts to get hollow down the line, kind of front side, especially barrels.
Do you think
You
they
can't-
work well backside?
Yeah, for me personally, I ride like a lot of four fins. That's kind of my go-to. it's
I ride a
just-
lot of four fins.
It's just quads.
Yeah.
I kind of struggle a lot on traditional thrusters. Uh,
So that's a good note. If you guys have a hard time on traditional thrusters, but you do like riding twins every once in a while, Tanner's case in point, try a quad. You might love it.
Yeah, and there's like so much you can change with them, you know, like for myself, riding quad rears that were more upright made it so I could surf backside a lot better.
What do you mean upright?
So the fin has less rake sweeping back.
So it's like a more straight fit.
Yeah. And so my front fins, I ride the Merrick large, so it's really swept back, so it draws like a nice line, and then when you're pivoting, the rear is really straight up and down.
Do you agree? For myself, I really like small quad fins. Do you agree?
Yeah, so I ride a large front and a medium rear, because when I ride the large rears, I'm 195 pounds, and even for me, the large rear kind of creates almost too much of that railroad trackiness.
Yeah.
And you can, with the smaller rear, you still get just the same, a ton of drive, and
More pivot.
yeah, you can still turn in the pocket, especially at like a beach break.
Sick. Did you ever see that thing where Derek Ho was talking? He did like an interview or something, and he was saying how he'd ride bigger fins in the rear and smaller ones in the front.
Yeah,
You ever tried that?
I haven't. That's a huge thing with guys who ride guns.
Yeah.
Futures Forever has been actually doing like four fin sets for like the big wave Jaws guys with the big rears and the small fronts. Like Kai Lenny just has a new quad set.
It's like that, really?
Yeah, that's like for all of his boards.
I remember when I first heard that interview, I was laughing. I was like, "Dude, that sounds so ridiculous."
Yeah, and then John just came out with his own big wave set from Futures. That's the rears are bigger than the fronts.
Yeah.
So they're really
True
good.
Ames is better. Future sucks. We love True Ames for life. Chuck, I love you. But yeah, dude, good notes. Thank you. You're the man. Have fun jumping out of planes. Well, quads are sick. There's lots of different templates out there. I know True Ames for a fact has a bunch of really cool different things. Like, I want to say it's a Simon Anderson or something SI, but they have these cool, like, more upright, like Tanner was kind of mentioning here, and then this weird, like, kink, and then kind of like a straighter tip out the tail of the fin. All of them are going to do different things, but, you know, sometimes if you want to get weird, like, I've thrown a twin fin set in here in this front part, and then small little, like, trailing fins for the rear, and it worked super great. It was a lot more loosey-goosey, but it's kind of fun to just play around and try something different. So, you know, quads are coming in lots of different shapes and sizes. Tanner mentioned quad guns. They're great because you can drop in steeper and deeper. You're going to have more hold and more speed. So there's really a lot of positives with four fins. Oh yeah, we left some stuff out. So check it out.
Yeah, talking more about the quad rears. I like the flat foil, so like the fin on the inside is completely flat. They also make like an 80-20 foil, so it's 80% of it's round on the outside and 20% of it's round on the inside. And then they make a 50-50 foil, so that's like a center fin, so you're riding like two little center fins on the side. The flat foils are definitely better for projection down the line, and the more foil you have, the more pivot you're gonna have, but the less speed it's gonna hold. Because like round edges on a fin or a surfboard grab, and flat edges release water. So yeah, like the flat foil for me, just for speed.
Yeah.
You can't beat it.
I always run the 80-20 foil,
Yeah.
personally. Like, that's
Yeah,
just-
I've had like a lot of fins that are 80-20, and I really liked them. That was all I ever used to ride, because that was You and I grew up riding the Timmy template,
Yeah,
his quad set from True Ames.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that was like the set that I rode forever until I kind of started weighing more.
Until I gained weight.
Yeah. But so I kind of tried to mess around and figure out something else that worked for me. And the flat foil for myself, I could notice the speed immediately.
Yeah.
Like night and day difference with speed, especially compared to if you're riding a 50-50 foiled fin.
Yeah.
Those things are really loose and pivoty, but
50-50 is not really the move, I think.
yeah, it's good for really big surf. A lot of the guys that are surfing in like really big hollow surf are using 50-50 foiled fins. Yeah, because they're trying to like control speed, not gain all the time. But they do weird stuff with their fins. Their front fins are 50-50 foiled too, or 80-20.
It's a trip.
Crazy.
Good notes.
And if you want to talk more about fins,
Oh, is this
Mr. Josh
Dude,
Norcross,
Fin Guru? That's
is,
right.
he's in
Dude.
charge of Used Surf's fin time.
Yeah,
We'll bleep out the used surf part.
but yeah, basically all that condensed is like flat foils I like in small waves, and I think that's what they work best in on quads for quad rears. And then as waves get bigger, you can start putting in like an 80-20, or like if it's really pumping, you can put in like a 50-50. Like I have a board that's stashed not in the continental United States, and it's a 4-fin, and I have 50-50 quad rears.
How long is it?
It's 5'11". It's like a tube shooter.
Oh, it's short.
Yeah,
Ah.
but it's for really really hollow like
Sick
tubing waves. So that like I have no use for those quad rears here. Like I don't think I've ever put them in a board here.
I don't think I've ever used flat foil rears. I've only ever ridden the Timmy set.
They're sick in small
think.
waves. Like it's a noticeable difference.
It's
right away.
incredible how much of a difference just going from a foiled fin to a flat foiled fin on your rear makes for speed.
Duly noted.
Yeah.
What do you think, Remski? This is Remski.
I think quad is the move.
Damn, dude, that was a great point. Thank you, Remy.
Very nice, Remy. That was good.
All right, well, that's it. Just a little side note we wanted to throw in there, but tune in next week.
Until next time.
Thank you, everyone, for recommending a video on quads. Thanks for tuning back in, and go Shralp. Get off YouTube. Get in the water. All right, we'll catch you next week.